Hello, my name is Sean Chilcutt, and I am the project manager for the Service Roots Community Market Garden for Veterans Project. The purpose of this project is to transform approximately 2 acres at the VFW National Home for Children in Eaton Rapids, Michigan, into a sustainable community market garden. The project is designed to serve veterans through therapeutic gardening, vocational skill development, volunteer opportunities, and access to healthy, locally grown food. The completed garden will also provide produce to the community through farmers markets and food pantry partnerships. The project has both a physical and community focused objective. From infrastructure standpoint, we will prepare the 2-acre site, install irrigation and fencing, construct a greenhouse and storage facilities, develop growing areas, and acquire the necessary equipment and materials. From program standpoint, we will recruit and train veterans and volunteers, establish community partnerships, and create opportunities for agricultural education. The project will be considered successful when the garden is operational, the required infrastructure is complete, and at least 30 veterans and volunteers have participated. Produce distributed to partnerships are established, and the first harvest is completed within the approved budget and schedule. The work, the WS, or excuse me, the WBS organizes the project into 7 major work streams. We begin the project with initial planning, including the site assessment, engineering, design, and required approvals. The project then moves into site preparation and infrastructure development. In parallel, we will manage procurement of equipment, tools, compost, and seeds. The program development workstream focuses on recruiting veterans and volunteers, developing training, and establishing community partnerships. Finally, the project moves into the garden launch, including planting, the community grand opening, and the first harvest. This structure gives us a clear way to assign responsibility, monitoring progress, and identifying delays before they affect the overall project. The project is planned over approximately 10 months. The first 2 months are focused on approval, grant requirements, design engineering, and permitting. Month 3 is dedicated to Month 3 is dedicated primarily to site preparation, followed by infrastructure construction in month 4. By month 5, the goal is to have the major infrastructure, irrigation, greenhouse, storage, and equipment in place. Recruitment and training occur around month 6, along with the beginning of planting. The community grand opening is planned for month 7, with the first harvest targeted through month 10. Most important schedule priority is completing the major infrastructure before the primary growing season. We will closely monitor weather, procurement, and construction progress before delays in those areas could affect the planting and ultimately the first harvest. Resource management will be critical because the project combines construction, agriculture, community programming, and volunteer participation. The project manager will coordinate the overall work, while contractors and construction professionals will support the infrastructure work. Veterans and community volunteers will become important participants in the garden operation and programming. The major physical resources include the 2-acre site, irrigation system, greenhouse structure, storage facility, agricultural equipment, tools, seed, and soil amendments. I will manage resources by coordinating assignments, monitoring contracts and suppliers, tracking procurement, and making sure resources are available when they are needed to be in the schedule. The project has several significant risks with weather, supply chain, distributions, cost increase, volunteer availability, equipment failure, and crop crop production challenges being the primary concerns. Weather could affect the site preparation and construction. Supply chain problems could delay the equipment or materials. Cost increase could put a pressure on the budget. To address these risks, we will use early procurement, regular schedule and budget reviews, preventative equipment maintenance, early volunteer recruitment, and careful agricultural planning. The budget also includes a 200,000 contingency reserve. This provides the project with some financial flexibility when unexpected costs occur without immediate affecting the project's core deliverables. Communication will be structured around the need of each stakeholder group. The sponsors and IMDARD will receive monthly project and financial updates. Construction activities will be reviewed weekly within the project team and contractors. Veterans and volunteers will receive updates every 2 weeks, while broader community communications will occur quarterly. Risk reviews will also occur monthly so that emerging issues can be identified and addressed early. The overall community strategy is based on transparency, timely information, documented decisions, and early escalation when an issue could affect the project scope, schedule, budget, or quality. Large investments are the greenhouse structures at 55,000, agricultural equipment at 45,000, irrigation and fencing around 40,000, and the storage building at about 40,000. We have also allocated about 20,000 as a contingency reserve for unforeseen costs. Budget control will be maintained through monthly financial reviews, procurement tracking, purchase approvals, and comparison of actual spending against the project's baseline. My priority as the project manager will be to identify budget variances early rather than waiting until they become a major problem. The final area is the stakeholder responsibilities. The project sponsor provides accountability and executive oversight, while I, project manager, am responsible for coordinating the majority of the project activities and ensuring the plan is executed. IMDARD is particularly important for grant compliance and funding accountability. The VFW National Home for Children is a key site and community partner. Contractors are responsible for the construction activities, while veterans and volunteers are central to the program and garden activities. The RACI structure helps prevent confusion about who owns decisions and who needs to be involved or informed. In conclusion, the Service Roots Community Garden for Veterans has a clearly defined scope, a structured work plan, and 10-month schedule, an established resource strategy, a proposed $400,000 budget. The majority project risks have been identified, communication responsibilities are established, and the stakeholders' roles are defined. As the project manager, my focus will be on maintaining control of scope, schedule, cost, quality, and stakeholder communications while keeping the project's larger purpose in view, creating a sustainable community resource that supports veterans, strengthens community engagement, and improves access to fresh local foods. I am confident that this project plan will provide a strong foundation for success, implement, and delivery. Thank you for your time.